In a previous video, I discussed how to set up the email settings in Easy As. I just want to go over a couple of things here. The only thing I'll need to point out is that with Easy As, you can run up to 5 businesses at one time, or you can have up to 5 business separate profiles. So what that means is you're going to have to set up these settings for each business profile, guys. Some of you might be thinking that is very painful. And why have we done this? Because by the time you finally figure out your settings, it might be a couple of weeks before you set up the other account or put the same settings into the other business profile, and you have to go ahead and find them all out again. So what I suggest you do is, once you've figured out what the settings are, copy them and save them to a text file on your hard drive so that you can set up the other business profiles pretty easily. But what I want to point out is this. The reason we've had to do this is because of free email accounts like Gmail. Gmail have an issue. Google have an issue with users having more than one account. In theory, they say you should only have one email account with us at Gmail. They don't want you to have more than one email account. It's part of their terms and conditions, actually, that you're supposed to only have one Gmail account with them. But we know it, and you know it, and they know it, that a lot of people have more than one Gmail account. So what they've done is, if you're logging in through an SMPT server, which is what we're doing here, we're setting up the settings. We're not logging onto Gmail on the web and using their Gmail system. We're outside of Gmail. We're into another program such as Easy As, and we're using their Gmail system to send emails, even though we're not actually logged into their website. So what they've done is if you do that, they will change the from address to whatever it is you've got here. So naturally, if my business email account happened to be this actually happened to be my business email account, which we know many businesses use Gmail, so say that was your business email account, okay? Naturally, your settings are also going to reflect that business email account, okay? Because if you're using Gmail, that's your business email. Now, what happens though is if you go to business number 2 and you tried to use these same SMTP settings, so if I go ahead and use one of my other business profiles, so I use this one down here, naturally when we go back in, there's not going to be any settings there because there isn't any. Okay, because we've said you have to set up an individual settings for each business. The problem is let's say that this particular account was called Trash254, right? Say that's your business name, right? Now, if you decided that you were going to use the same email settings as before, which happened from the other business profile, which happened to have been the Easy As 254 login, if you were going to use the same login for each business profile, what Google does is if you send an email, they will delete that and replace it with this. Because they say you should only have one account with us. So if you're logging in using a different account's login, we're going to change it on you. And that's what they're doing. So what we've done at Easy As is we've enabled this so that you can set up each business profile separate of one another, and you can put in whatever settings you require to make your business work. So if like us at Easy As, or like me in my own businesses, I run everything through an ISP. I don't use Gmail for anything. I don't use any free email outlet on the internet. I use the same setting for all my business profiles because I don't have to alter it. So even though it's a nuisance having to set it up 3 and 4 or 5 times, depending on how many businesses you've got, you only have to do it once. Once you've done it, it's done. So I wanted to point that out. If you're using Gmail and you've got separate email accounts for separate business profiles, this is why we've done this. Now, you're going to find that other free internet providers or internet facilities that are providing free mail are going to start changing and start doing the same sort of stuff. So I think in the long run, it's a smart move that Easy As have done that.